before we get started, I'm making a video talking about Evolution. The pay-per-view that's coming out in about 3 months or so. I think, when is it, October 22nd or 23rd? I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. And I'm going to be very honest about it. And I don't know if you guys are going to like it. So if you like it, I'm glad. If you don't like it, I understand. But I'm going to give you my honest opinion. My truest honest opinion. And that'll be it. So let's move on to Smackdown Live, which was much better than Raw, because Raw was very bad. There was so much advertisement for the show. That is Evolution. I'm not saying it was bad or good. I'm just saying they had a lot of advertisement for it. They were pushing everybody to say something, including Braun Strowman. So that really brought down Raw so badly. It wasn't good as it was. And then this just compounded it. But Smackdown Live, they did a couple of talks about it. AJ Styles talked about it. Paige talked about it. The commentary team talked about it. But it wasn't like it was all across the entire board like it was on Raw. It was a lot more restrained and subdued. It doesn't mean this was a great show, but it was better than Monday night. And let's take it for what it is. It's better than Monday night. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura had a moment talking about Jeff Hardy. Don't know what they're going to be doing with Jeff. This is a big question mark. Particularly when it came to Randy Orton, who came out in the beginning of the show. And this is the Randy Orton we like, when he is really passionate about being a bad guy. Because even though the reasoning for him isn't one of the strongest, because he's pretty much saying, I've been here 16 years. I didn't end up as an indie guy coming in. I worked my ass off from the very beginning here, basically in OVW Developmental. I started from scratch under WWE, and you guys don't respect me. Basically saying, fuck you. I'm going to take out every person that you think is a darling. So he says he's going after pretty much Jeff Hardy first. So that makes me feel like, got 2 weeks left before SummerSlam. What are you able to build within 2 weeks, dealing with Shinsuke Nakamura, dealing with Randy Orton, and how are you going to make Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Jeff Hardy relevant, interesting? Now, you could say it's already built in because of what Randy Orton did, and in a sense it is. But they're going to have to make it look good, because they just throw these three together and have like a triple threat at SummerSlam. I'm about to say Slammiversary. If you haven't seen my Slammiversary review, take a look at it. The damn thing was fire. I'm saying it. It was fire, baby. But this situation, I don't know how to feel about it. Not because I don't think Randy Orton was doing great as a heel, and he pulling Jeff Hardy's ear and ripping it. It's that now that they got some momentum behind it, they got to book it right in the next 2 weeks before SummerSlam. If they don't, this is going to fall flat. Now, we have a surprise. We got Rusev versus Cien Almas. When what? Cien Almas dealing with Rusev. Sounds interesting. You got two men who got two managers. Not each, but each one of them got a manager. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. You know, you can see it in my face right now. You got two managers and two guys who work with managers. And this is something we don't normally see every day. We don't see manager with manager. We don't see wrestler with a manager. So, I don't know exactly how to feel about this, particularly that the match wasn't bad. But then this isn't about Cien Almas. This isn't about Sienna Vega. This isn't about having a feud with Rusev and Cien Almas, which could actually work. You got two good talkers in Lana and Vega. You got two guys who are poles apart, and Almas and Rusev. But this is about Aiden English dealing with Rusev. What did I tell you guys? You do not split up Rusev Day. You don't do it. If you guys don't like Aiden English, fine. I understand. You think he's a has-been, a piece of garbage, he never made Rusev relevant, fine. But as a reviewer, yes, I do love Aiden English. But I loved him not from the very beginning when he first came out in the Vaudevillains. Remember, that's how he got started from NXT. And look where that ended him. Doing nothing until Rusev, even though he had some momentum, because people thought he was getting a fucking shaft by the WWE, and he was ready to leave. And you got Aiden English, who was given the shaft from the very beginning. Just like, well, Rusev was pushed pretty good from NXT. Aiden English wasn't even given a push in the tag belt series. Tag belts. Nothing. You get this. Two guys who were being kind of screwed came together in a really nasty, stupid gimmick, and not only made it work, it became a phenomenon. And now you're trying to destroy that by making Aiden English face off against Rusev. And who's going to be the bad guy in this? Who is going to be the good guy? Is Aiden English going to be the bad guy eventually? Is Rusev going to be the bad guy? It makes no difference. Both these guys should be good guys. Both these guys should be working together. Both these guys along with Lana, because Lana needs a mouthpiece herself being in the women's division. Particularly what they're going to be doing in the next couple of months. They're going to be doing something. I'll talk about that in my Evolution video. But I'm just saying, you need a mouthpiece for both of them. That is what Aiden English is. And by doing this, it's dumb. Anybody else says, oh, fuck him. You're hurting Rusev and you're hurting Lana. There's the truth right there. Now let's move on. Let's go to the AJ Styles and that segment that happened. Well, it finally happened. I don't know if he's going to Raw or if he is actually finished, because I have heard that when it comes to, well, I'll give it to you in this respect. I felt really bad for James Ellsworth. And I know a lot of people say, oh, who gives a damn about him? The guy got over both as a heel and a face over a 1.5 year period. And the WWE was tired of him. Vince was tired of him, threw him away. He did pretty good on the indies. He didn't do great, but he did do all right. Came back, and they give him almost nothing to do. He could have done something, but they done almost nothing with him. And in the end, he's thrown away again. Either he's going to Raw or he's finally done, because he's supposed to be an actual independent contractor. He has no contract. No, independent. He had no contract whatsoever signed. It was more temporary contracts. So he's possibly finally gone again. So I really feel sorry for him. When he got over so much either way, and Vince and anybody else got sick of him, and then comes back again, people were happy, and then they do nothing with him and he's gone again. What a waste. But in the end, this is what we get. James Ellsworth comes out when AJ was waiting for his opponent for the contract signing. He says he wants his shot. He insults Paige. Pretty much insults Paige, saying that she's too freaking pale. There's something wrong with her. What the hell's wrong with you, woman? And in the end, she fires his ass, has him taken out of the building, and as she's walking back to state who the new #1 contender is, AJ gets attacked by Samoa Joe because he wasn't paying attention. He was watching the Titantron. And Samoa Joe signs the contract. End of discussion, end of story. Unfortunately, I don't have that shot of them both. And I'm talking about Paige and Samoa Joe talking in the back. I don't have that. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that. The stream glitched out. But doesn't really matter. What we got is this. Samoa Joe's not going after AJ Styles. I was hoping for a little more than this. But I will not say that I'm not happy it's happening. Because Samoa Joe truly should be in the main title scene. Should have been there for a while. Instead of jobbing to Roman Reigns the way they wanted. It just made him look weak. I mean, it was dumb. And since I am talking about Samoa Joe, now you get R-Truth versus Samoa Joe. I could have done that first, but I didn't want to. And there's another reason why. I'm wondering, what are they doing with Ty Dillinger and look, R-Truth was hot 6 to 7 years ago. Nobody wants him to go back, or he doesn't want to go back to being a heel, which he should. He's such a good heel. And I'm wondering, what are they doing with Ty, and what are they going to do with R-Truth? Are they going to give them a feud after what happened with Samoa Joe? Because they both jobbed out to him. Both of them got that ass choked out. They gone. End. Both choked out. So what does that mean for them? Are they going to be off TV for months at a time now? Again? Or are they going to give them a feud because Ty feels like he got screwed by R-Truth? R-Truth is going to feel rotten that Ty thinks that way? I don't know. It's still a question what we're going to get next week. We'll find out. Now, New Day versus Sanity. I know I can say this for the end. I'm not going to. I'm jumping around on purpose. What we got here was a good match from Sanity. Wolf and I keep forgetting that guy's name. But the match was not bad. The Usos were at ringside. And this is about a tournament. Understand, we get nothing on Raw. No interaction at all. The Authors of Pain suck. Pretty much Tyler Breeze and Fandango suck. I think Fandango's not there at the moment. But when they were together, they sucked. When it came to everybody else, it sucked. At least here they are doing a tournament, but it kind of feels weak. Honestly, it feels weak. It does. But at least it is something. Now, New Day wins. They're going to find out who their opponent is next week through the tournament. And guess who appears finally? It's The Bar. The Bar finally appears. I don't know if Sheamus was hurt. I don't know if Cesaro was hurt. I don't know if they were both hurt. Or worse yet, they had nothing for them to do. Why would you transfer two guys who have great potential in a Sheamus and even way more potential in a Cesaro? The guy isn't just a Swiss Superman. He is Superman. That guy has it. Even bald-headed, the guy has chick magnet ability. I hope when my hair is going at my age, I'm balding out. I'm hoping I'll be look like him when all my hair has to be shaved off if I'm going to go there. But in the end, you haven't seen these guys in months. The commentary team even said they haven't been seen in months. Let's just hope that this tournament means something. Because as it stands, I don't know if it does. It's really weak, but it is something. Now, Asuka versus Billie Kay. You have a real wrestler in an Asuka. Very well done. And then you got Billie Kay with Peyton Royce, who are basically full-time wrestlers who should be full-time managers with, once in a while, wrestling. That's the way they should be, along with Carmella, who I'll talk about in a minute. But this is what it should be. That match, I didn't care about it because it was a throwaway match for Asuka. And I don't mean because it was an easy win for her. I mean, Asuka is a joke. I said this so many months ago. How can you guys be happy about this shakeup when you can't actually believe they're going to book Asuka properly? And you had a 2.5-year reign with Asuka. On NXT, they retired her. You bring her to the main roster of Raw. She literally does nothing. She jobs out to, quote unquote, the future of the women's division in a Charlotte who is a glorified regurgitation of her father. And to be honest, she's not as good as her dad. I know people say, oh, she's way better than her dad. No, she's not. She can't perform most of his moves properly. When she does the flip over the ring like her dad does, she can't even do it right. She should stop doing it before she breaks her freaking neck. At least Eric Young does it better than her. But in the end, Asuka is a freaking joke. And what does this mean for her? Now, mind you, the next match could mean something. And this is Becky versus Carmella. The match, I'll say this. Was it a good match? No. Is Carmella a good wrestler? No. Is she a competent wrestler? Wrestler from A, being competent, to D being total garbage, she is a C. Just shy of being competent. Because she's sloppy and she doesn't like to sell a lot. So, to be honest, she reminds me of Tessa Blanchard. I know, and I'm saying this for Andre, dude, I love you. I understand how you feel about her, and you're probably right. That might actually be her character that she's portraying as someone who doesn't give a damn, who doesn't want to sell and acts like a bitch. But it's a hard thing to get your head around. And I look at Carmella, and that's how I get. She's almost as bad as Tessa Blanchard's either character or real life attitude. Almost. Was it great to see Becky win? Yes, it was. But we still don't know if Becky's going to win at SummerSlam. She could still job out to Carmella. And we will still be stuck with Carmella. Mind you, lacking James Ellsworth, who, to be honest, I think he should never came back. He really got the hosing. Honestly, no matter if you like the guy or not. He got his ass beaten up by every woman on the European tour when he left a year and a half ago. He comes back, and they treat him pretty much the same way. The same freaking way. The only thing minus, unless the house shows that he did, basically had every woman beat up on his ass. It was just a waste. Now, let's see here. Am I forgetting anything here? No. Okay, final thing I'm talking about. Party Crasher. You get what you get. And this is about Miz and Mrs. I am so glad that whoever wrote this SmackDown Live decided not to do what Raw did and promote the hell out of Evolution. And like I said, I will have my feelings about it. I'm just saying that they made the promotion of something that hasn't been around, won't be around for 3 months, over their show. I can understand it's a month away, but it's 3 months away. That hurts your product. No matter if the show is going to be good or not. But in the end, seeing this segment was wonderful. Seeing a possible stand-in for his daughter, Morgan Sky, was actually pretty cool. They're saying it was a stand-in. It probably is the actual daughter. But they said it was a stand-in for the show. Cool. Fine. You got them coming out. And Miz was great. And I will say that I'm not saying Maurice has gained weight under her neck. But once you have a baby, your body is still not ready yet to be the way it was once before. So you got to work at it, give it some time. So she looked like she got a little bit of a gullet under her neck. Just a little. It happens to all women. It comes and then it can go with hard work and exercise. It can happen. And dieting. But what did we get? We got a vid pack of Ms. and Mrs. that was not Ms. and Mrs. but was Ms. and Mrs. because Daniel Bryan made it into Ms. and Mrs. and he wanted to punch the Miz in the face. He comes out while the Miz, mind you, is holding Morgan Sky in a baby carrier in the front, like the baby well, I forgot the name of it. What we used to call it, because I used it when I had my son. I just don't remember it now. But, and yeah, that was many years ago. He's a full-grown adult now. But, I'll say this. I knew when he was coming into the ring and after he beat up on the security, that had to be a fake baby. And it was. It was a fake baby. I wasn't surprised. And seeing that, I wasn't surprised that The Miz got over on Daniel Bryan. He needed to. He's supposed to. This is his segment. He's supposed to. The thing I'm worried about, you got 2 more weeks before SummerSlam. And after seeing Extreme Rules, after seeing this Raw, I have no confidence in the writers, no matter if they're SmackDown or Raw. I just don't. Not just because The Miz and Daniel Bryan himself on, gorilla position, they said they were worried that the WWE may not be able to write a good story for them and they may mess it up. Just by seeing it here alone makes me concerned. So we got about 2 more weeks left before SummerSlam. Was this a good show? It was okay. With a good ending. But still have concerns. I am concerned about what's going to happen with Daniel Bryan. I am concerned about what's going to happen to The Miz. Will they actually get it right? But you guys tell me below. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.